You hear the name Area 51, and what do you think of? I bet it's something involving aliens, secret bunkers, maybe a crashed UFO. It's one of those places everyone's heard of, but what do we actually know about it? So, is it really a holding pen for little green men? A secret lab building futuristic weapons? Well, today we're gonna peel back the layers and separate the wild stories from what we can actually prove. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get to the truth, you've got to understand the legend. Because the story of Area 51 isn't just some fringe conspiracy theory, it's a huge cultural phenomenon. And it all starts with the sheer size and secrecy of the place itself. First off, this place is huge. We're talking about over 18,000 square kilometers of restricted land out in the Nevada desert. Just to give you an idea, you could fit the entire country of Montenegro inside it. It's this massive, hidden in plain sight, off-limits world. And when you have that much secrecy, people's imaginations are going to run wild, right? Pop culture has basically turned it into the ultimate mysterious location. It's the home of alien autopsies, labs filled with otherworldly tech, and of course, the classic crashed flying saucer. But where did all this UFO talk even come from? Well, it turns out the very first sightings had a surprisingly logical explanation. And this was way before the internet was even a thing. See, back when the base opened in the 50s, it was used for testing these incredible, top-secret spy planes like the U-2 and the SR-71. Now, these jets flew at over 24 kilometers up. That's more than twice as high as a normal passenger plane. So, put yourself on the ground in the 1960s. You look up and see these weird glowing objects moving silently at impossible heights. What would you think? The UFO myth was basically born by accident. So for decades, it was kind of this local curiosity. But then, in the late 1980s, one man came along and poured gasoline on the fire, Bob Lazar. He's the guy who took Area 51 from a regional mystery to a global obsession. This guy, Bob Lazar, goes on TV and tells this absolutely incredible story. He claims he worked at a secret facility near Area 51, and his job? He said he was hired to reverse engineer alien technology, including 9 different flying discs. I mean, it's the kind of story you'd see in a movie, right? A perfect blockbuster plot. But what happens when you actually put his claims up against cold, hard science? Well, that's where the whole thing starts to unravel. Okay, let's start with this element 115 he talks about, the fuel for the alien spaceships. The huge problem is that the real element 115, which we call moscovium, is crazy unstable. It decays in less than a second. You couldn't power a light bulb with it, let alone an interstellar craft. And on top of that, nobody could ever verify his degrees from MIT or Caltech. There's just no record of him ever working for the government. The whole story just falls apart. All right, so if the whole alien spaceship story is built on shaky ground, what's really going on behind those gates? What do we actually know for sure? And here's the thing, the secrecy is 100% real. I mean, this place is locked down tight. The airspace is closed for 18 kilometers straight up. You're forbidden from filming anything. The guards have the authority to use lethal force. The government didn't even put the base on an official map until 2013. When you build walls that high, it's no wonder people imagine all sorts of crazy stuff hiding behind them. Remember that Storm Area 51 meme from 2019? It's the perfect example of this. You had millions of people online saying, yeah, let's go. But when the big day actually came, only about 150 people showed up. It just goes to show you the massive difference between the online legend and the hardcore reality of a secure military base. So, what's its confirmed purpose? Well, all the official evidence points to something that's almost as fascinating as the myths. Area 51 is the proving ground for America's next generation of aerospace technology. We're talking experimental aircraft, top-secret drones, and navigation systems that are years, maybe even decades ahead of anything the public knows about. So really, you've got 2 different Area 51s, right? There's the one from the movies and our imaginations, and then there's the one that actually exists as a military installation. And when you put them side by side, it's pretty clear. The myth imagines alien labs, but the reality is likely the testing of advanced, silent drones. The myth pictures reverse-engineered UFOs, while the reality is a long history of developing top-secret spy planes. The goal isn't making contact with other worlds. It's about staying ahead of the game right here on Earth. Look, at the end of the day, is there any real evidence of aliens at Area 51? Nope, not a shred. But the real story is, in its own way, just as incredible. A secret base working on technology so advanced it might as well be from another world to the rest of us. And that really makes you think, doesn't it? The whole story of Area 51 proves that when you create total secrecy, you create a vacuum, and our imaginations will always rush in to fill that void. So maybe the real question we should be asking is, when a mission demands that kind of secrecy, does it inevitably create monsters and myths?